Hello friends, welcome to Tutorial Days, and in this video I'm going to show you how to connect MongoDB with Node.js server. In the previous video I have shown you how to install MongoDB, and in this video I will show you how to connect Node.js server with MongoDB. In case you don't know Node.js, then you can go to this playlist and then this one, Node.js tutorial for beginners, and that's it. This and Express.js, these two videos you should watch. If you don't know Node.js and Express.js, then only then you will be able to understand this tutorial. In case you know Node.js and Express.js, then you don't have to worry at all. You can proceed with the video. I have created one folder, Node Express API 2025, and now what I will do, open terminal here and then npm init to create package manager. So I'll name it as API, and everything I will leave as it is. Yes. So if you go to this folder, then you can see package.json successfully has been created. Now let's open this here, open folder, so you can see package.json file here. There are a lot of dependencies, and one thing here you will see, it says main index.js. We can name it as app.js, and here in the starting point right here, start, and then app.js. So we'll write here nodemon, so you need to write here nodemon, then app.js. This app.js we will be creating here, app.js. okay, so that means what, this nodemon is actually will be responsible for restarting our server. We don't have to write node again and again. I will show you this later. If you are unable to understand it at this point of time, this whole things, don't worry at all. Only two things you need to change. The first one, this app.js, where it says main here, and the second line inside scripts, then start nodemon app.js, which is your file. It is not necessary. Sometimes you need to you can keep index.js or whatever name you want, you can keep here. Same name you will have to provide here. Now the main central point of this tutorial is how to connect MongoDB with Node.js server. So the first line will be const mongo client equals to, here we need to put parentheses. Okay, so Mongo client, they require Mongo. Okay, so this will be the first line of importing the MongoDB, and then we will be creating the connection. Actually this will be Mongo client capital. Okay, so we will make a connection with our MongoDB. So if you go here, in the previous video I have shown how to install MongoDB into your computer. So in case you have missed that video, then please refer that. So here you can see this is the connection string, which is the same connection string we are passing here. Okay, if you want to select a specific database, then we will select here, but for the time being we are just connecting to the server. Then client, this client dot connect, this is a promise dot, then and inside this there will be a function, arrow function, and then connected successfully, then connect dot close. Actually it will be client, not connect. Catch, inside this if there is any error, then this string will show this error. So that's it. This is a very simple. Now we will try to run this. So node app.js, this line is not required unnecessarily. I don't know how that got connected. So only first line we are importing the Mongo client module, and then this connection string, and finally two things: connect, if it is successful then it will show this message, or else if there is any error then this message. That's it. Now let's try to run it. Guys, as you can see, our MongoDB is successfully connected with Node.js server. And to work further, we need to install its package npm install mongoose. Okay, so mongoose is successfully installed in this. If you check in package.json, then okay, it's not mentioned for the timing, so just leave it. And then what we will do, but the above code is only for checking connection. If you want to store the database, the data into your local computer, in that case the connection will be different. Now let's comment it. We have checked that okay, so it's fine. Now let's import some module. First, const express equal to require express. This one is required for CRUD operation, means this is a middleware which will handle the request for data sending and receiving. And second one, we will require this mongoose, for, as I mentioned you before, to store our data into local computer. So the question is, why this one? This was for just testing the connection and testing purpose. This was okay. But if you want to store your data into MongoDB in local computer, in that case we are using this one. And this body parser we will be using if we submit the data from any form. So we will create one index.html file, and of course we will be using EJS, very small file, to send the data from front end to insert the data into backend. Of course, later I will show you how to use that with React.js as well. So this Express is for creating route, and this Mongoose for storing data, and then this one is for sending data to the server. And then let's create one instance of this Express as app. Then here app dot listen, this port number is 9090, whatever port number you want you can provide here, and then finally listening on port, this one. So we have just created a very basic server. Now let's run node app.js. Okay, so as you can see, it is showing that okay, listening on port, this one. Now to make the thing easier, npm install nodemon. If you remember, in our package.json we had mentioned here nodemon. So I will show you the magic of nodemon now. Simply type nodemon and enter. What does it say? Okay, for this we need administrative permission. So let's do one thing, go to our this one and alright, cmd, and then right click on this, run as administrator, and then d drive cd, this one. Now node mode, and as you can see successfully it's connecting. Just writing this small letters rather than writing every time node space app.js, rather than writing that long one. Now simply you will write, and most important thing, if there is any error then automatically it will restart. You don't have to, whenever you make any changes in the server it will automatically be refreshed. Now let's connect MongoDB. So for connection, right here mongoose dot connect, and then inside this connection string, the same connection string, this one. And here we will, you can define the database. For example, database name we have mentioned here students. Now let's check. So automatically you can see our server get refreshed. It's very easy. So that is the power of and magic of nodemon. But one thing you can see, it is listening on port. It is not displaying whether the data got connected or not. So for that, what we'll write here, then inside this there will be one function and console.log database connected successfully. If there is any error, now if you check, then you can see this database connected successfully. Now if there is any error, in that case here will be catch, and then inside this once again catch, and then console.log actually not catch error, console.log, and then there is some problem. If you want to, what is the problem, then write here error. That's it. So this is the connection string of MongoDB. So in the project you will be using like this, not the above one. Okay. Now once again check it. So it says database connected successfully. What if there is something wrong? For example, if I make mistake here and save, then just wait, it will show error. It's trying to connect. So guys, you can see there is a long error. It says there is problem, spelling mistake, and then connection refused this, right? So this way you can throw the error so that user can understand, or you can understand what is the problem. So let's make it as it was. All is fine, but how we will know if there is any interaction between these? Now what we will do, through model we will create one table here, and it should automatically create database and schema collection, actually the table here. Okay, as you can see there is nothing called student. Okay, so now let's go here and create one schema. And to create the schema, this is the syntax: const student schema. This is variable, whatever name, constant, whatever name you want to provide, you can provide here. So in my case I have provided here student schema new mongoose.schema. This one you need to write, and this is the constructor. Inside constructor you can write first name string, last name string, and if you have any mobile number or maybe salary, so you can write integer. Okay, for the testing purpose we have just specified two inside the model, and finally to create the model just const student mongoose.model, and then student, this one will be the table name. This is our table name. Okay, and this is our table in the sense collection name, and this one is our database name. So inside this database this collection should be created automatically. Now let's test. Okay, so it's already running. Now let's go to MongoDB, and then I'll disconnect and connect again and check. So guys, as you can see, this is our students database. Inside this there is student table automatically got created. So this is how you can directly control from Node.js to the MongoDB. So just we created this schema table, and we have specified these two things, and then here now you might be there might be a question inside your mind, where is first name last name? Actually it's not displaying here. What you need to do, if you insert the document here, then ID is displaying here. So you can write here first name, last name, whatever you like. First name, and then Umar, last name you can specify, you can write as many as here. That is why MongoDB is called no SQL, means there is no fixed schema, but we will be using this model for further API purpose, but this was just to show you that how you can control this one from, that means from Node.js to MongoDB automatically. You have two options, either you can create yourself or through the code. This time we have created this database and collection through our code. Now you might be wondering, what about this? We have inserted this, so is it possible that we can show this through our code? Of course this is possible. So now what we will do, we will create route here. Okay, remember this is very simple example to step by step make you understand that how MongoDB and Node.js works. So we will write here app dot get, and then we will be writing here our endpoint. So say students, then inside this request and response. So there will be a function inside this request and response res, and then actually my keyboard is not working properly, that's why I'm having this problem. Now this is our schema name, model name. Okay, so we will have to write here model name student dot find, and this is the syntax of MongoDB. Okay, inside this we can pass any parameter here, and since this is a promise, so it will be not this one actually. Here will be then, and inside then, as you know, there will be a function, right? Now this curly braces, then find, then so here will be result, whatever name you want to give, result here, and then this curly braces will be, this parenthesis will be closing here, right? So this and this one is for the above one, and this one is for this one, right? Now response dot res dot result, actually it will be console.log. We will show this result, that what result came, and in JSON format we can show this one, both the ways. So you understand promise is being used here, right? App.get students request response, then find, then it will show the data fetching from our database. So it will be like this. Now our node mode is already ready and running perfectly. So what we will do now, our port number is 9090, right? So let's go to the browser this time. So localhost and then 9090, and then if you put here, it says nothing, then students. So guys, successfully we have fetched the data from MongoDB, right? Successfully we have fetched the data. If you want to check, then you can add one more data here. Okay, click on plus, then first name Rajesh last name Kumar, save it, and now check the browser. Let's refresh it. Yes guys, you can see our two data is showing. Now let's get back to the code. So what we have learned so far, we have imported header express, and this is the express which is responsible for creating this route. Okay, so you might be wondering what is the work of express. The express is a middleware which helps us to fetch the data or create this route app. This express helps us to create this routing to display the data into JSON format, right? And we have not used this so far. In post format we will use this one also. I will show you how to use this as well. And Mongoose, of course, you are already seeing this for connection, creating this schema, and this one also for here we are using this model, etc. Okay, so guys, I am showing you with simple example because when I teach the students, I see that when you directly try to learn how to create REST API, creating different file. Just imagine I had created this in separate file. I had created the actually in practical this is model file. Okay, this is our routing file, but in one file I am trying to show you so that in single file you can understand how the things is flowing. In the next video, in further video, I will create a professional REST API so that you can get an idea, but it is important to understand this basic first. At this point of time we are directly inserting the data from here for testing purpose, but what we want to insert the data from outside, not from MongoDB. So how that is possible? For that, once again we will create another route here. So how? App dot, this time will be post. Okay, so just copy this and paste here, and here will be post. These are the methods. Okay, get method, post method, put method, delete method. So we will see one by one. Then add student, and guys, we will this time use this body parser. As I mentioned you before, this body parser is responsible for sending the data to our server, and here will be, of course, syntax will be changed here. Let's remove here everything, just delete this, and then inside this will be code different. So the code will be let student new student request dot body. Okay, request dot body, and we are utilizing here body parser. That means whatever data it is coming, it will display here. To understand this, just simply console dot log, and then here we will pass student. But there is one problem is that to send the post the data we need some form, right? We are not using any front-end application, so the best way is to testing purpose. Let's go to Postman. Postman is from Google and it's totally free. You can create account and we can check. Alright, so this is the Postman. Now what we will do, click plus here. First you need to register. So in our case our port is this one, and then yes, one more thing, you can directly fetch and display data here also. How? If you send, then you can see the result will display here as well. As you can see, the result is displaying. right? The result is same result is displaying here also, but this result we could fetch from browser also. Now the real magic will be to add student, add student. Okay, so this time what we will do, just take any one of these and then let's go to body and then row and then JSON, simply paste it. Let's delete this because this ID is automatically generated, we don't have to worry about this at all. And this first name and last name we will be writing here. First name Seema and Kumari. Okay, now let's try to post and we will check here into the console. Error, cannot get. Okay, it will be post, of course, right? Post here. Something wrong happened. Let's copy it and try again. It hanged. It like look like. Okay, if you test the data, then you can see only ID is passing, nothing else. Okay, this is because we need to make modification here into the code. We need to send the data in JSON format. You have to use this line, body parser URL encoded extended false, and then in the second line we need to write app.use body parser.json. So you might be wondering why we need to write here extended false. That means we cannot send the JSON data in nested format, means one after one after one. So this nested format will not support here. That's why we say extended false, because this causes the problem. That's why. After adding this, let's try. Yes, so guys, as you can see, successfully the data has been inserted. If you want to check with here, then let's go disconnect and connect. After this, students and student, and then you can see finally the data has been inserted. So guys, that's it in this video. In the next video I will show you how to create REST API with Node Express MongoDB, and in that one will be add, update, delete, etc. complete REST API. Okay, for learning purpose that was enough, and hope you understand this. If you have any comment queries, don't forget to write into the comment. Thank you.